Hey everybody, my name is Jeff and welcome to Cards, Coins, and Collectibles. Today is all about displaying my memorabilia. Today I'm going to show you two different ways that I display my memorabilia. One is the shelf that I built myself, and the other one is a display case that I built with my father. So there's really only a couple of different ways, at least that I can think of, to display your things. You know, you could put things on a shelf, like what I have right here. Or you can build a display case. It really all just depends on what you have. Okay, so this is what is called a cleat shelf, or maybe a French cleat shelf. And essentially it is two different parts. Well, three really, because I ended up adding an extra piece at the end because I wanted a lengthier shelf than what I originally had cut on the top. But anyhow, I'll just show you real quick how this thing comes apart. It's real simple, just comes off like that, and then I put two pieces together like that. I cut this back part, I think it was at a 45-degree angle, I believe, and you cut it at an angle anyhow, and it's got to be, it was essentially the same part of the same board as this baseboard right here, so that you know that it is all cut at the exact same angle. It is kind of funky because it's got that little gap right there in the middle, but it still works, it still functions perfectly, and it is a fantastic way for me to display my things. What I may do in the future is I may build something exactly like this and then build it up like in tiers, and what you can do essentially is that gives you options where you can take the shelf and move it up and down, or you can make like every other, or like a zigzag or something like that effect, where there's a shelf right here, shelf right there, and one on top, and then that gives you, like I said, options on not just how things look, but it also gives you options as far as what types of things you can display. So you can display a really tall item right here, like a trophy or something like that, and then you've got another shelf in the middle. Then you know, let your imagination run wild. All right, so I'm in another part of my basement here, the storage area, and that's where I'm keeping this piece right here. This is my display case that my father and I built about 30 years ago or so, and I used to have a bunch of stuff up there as well. I've got a Nolan Ryan autographed baseball card, or no, baseball I should say. Admittedly, over the past 20 years of being in the military, unfortunately that has gone missing. It's lost. I have absolutely no idea where it is. I feel horrible about it, but that's just the woes of collecting sports memorabilia, I guess. Anyway, this is the really cool display case that my father and I built. I don't know what kind of wood this is. I'm assuming it's like a pine or something like that. I should know, but I just honestly I haven't learned the grain patterns yet. It's really sweet though. It's just made of plexiglass. The shelves are made of plexiglass, and we put this really cool frame on it. It's pretty simple. I mean, there's not much to discuss, really. I've never really seen anything like it before. It was just a design, I guess, that my father and I built. Put some dados in there. We kind of messed up and put the wrong angle on that side, but and that's it. And I'll go ahead and open it up from the back so you can see that. Okay, so this is what the back side looks like. We've got this really cool handy dandy latch, where for the longest time I put a padlock on there. It's pretty neat. It's just a way to safely secure your stuff. The only part that is difficult about this display case is where to put it. And that's the only reason why it's still stuck in my storage. You may be wondering why I keep it in storage instead of displaying it. with all of my nice cards and stuff. And obviously, it needs to be dusted. I just have nowhere to set it down right now. It's brutally awkward, to say the least, because what I could do is I could hang it, because this thing is awfully heavy, and I would have to anchor it pretty well to the wall, which is not impossible, but it's just not something that I've chosen to do right now. Alright, so that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate it. Like it if you like it. Catch you next time. Thanks.